Namaste, beautiful souls, and welcome. Are you yearning for something more? A peace that transcends the chaos of daily life? A joy that bubbles up from within? No matter what's happening around you? For centuries, the wisdom of the Buddha has illuminated the path to lasting happiness. A path that resides not in chasing external pleasures, but in cultivating the serenity within. In this video, we'll embark on a transformative journey, uncovering 7 simple yet profound Buddhist principles that can reshape your world, bringing lasting peace and radiant joy into your life. Get ready to shed the burdens of the past, embrace the present moment, and discover the boundless potential for happiness that lies dormant within you. By the end of this journey, you'll have practical tools to navigate life's challenges with grace, cultivate unwavering inner peace, and step into your most authentic, joyful self. If you're ready to unlock the secrets to lasting happiness, type "ready" in the comments below, and let's begin. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our weekly dose of mindful living. Principle 1. The sacredness of now, anchoring yourself in the present moment. The relentless river of time flows ever onward, and yet, we so often find ourselves stranded on its banks, caught in the swirling eddies of yesterday's regrets or swept away by the imagined currents of tomorrow's anxieties. We build castles in the clouds of what if and if only, forgetting the fertile ground beneath our feet, the very ground where life is actually happening. The Buddha, in his boundless compassion, understood this human tendency, this persistent habit of forsaking the now for the illusion of other times. He offered the simple, yet profoundly transformative, teaching: focus on the present moment. It's not just about being aware of what you're doing. It is about a conscious effort to engage in the now and remove the distractions of the past and future. But what does that actually mean in the midst of a chaotic workday, a challenging relationship, or a nagging health concern? How do we practically anchor ourselves in the present when the world seems determined to pull us in every other direction? Imagine you're washing dishes. You could be replaying an argument in your head, planning your evening, or worrying about a deadline. Or you could be washing dishes. Feel the warmth of the water on your hands. Notice the scent of the soap. Observe the suds swirling down the drain. Hear the gentle clinking of the plates. In that moment, you are fully present. The past and the future cease to exist, replaced by the simple sensory experience of the task at hand. This mindful approach can be applied to anything: eating, walking, listening to music, talking to a loved one. The key is to bring your full attention to the experience, engaging all your senses and releasing any judgment or analysis. Start small. Dedicate just 5 minutes each day to a present moment practice. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the cool air entering your nostrils, the warm air exiting. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to your breath. No judgment, no frustration, just a gentle redirection. Think about a time you felt truly happy, at peace. Chances are you were fully immersed in that moment, not thinking about anything else. Perhaps you were watching a sunset, listening to the ocean, or laughing with a friend. Those moments of pure presence are glimpses into the profound joy that awaits us when we learn to consistently anchor ourselves in the now. The present is the only reality we truly have. The past is a memory, the future a projection. Let's cultivate the garden of our lives in the present, one mindful breath, one mindful action, one mindful moment at a time. The art of anchoring yourself in the present moment starts with a shift in perception. Consider the concept of beginner's mind, a Zen Buddhist principle that encourages us to approach each moment with the curiosity and openness of a beginner. Instead of relying on past experiences and assumptions, we meet the present moment with a fresh perspective, ready to discover new insights and possibilities. In our daily lives, this means letting go of preconceived notions and biases. When interacting with others, truly listen to what they have to say without formulating a response in your head. When facing a challenge, approach it with a sense of curiosity rather than fear, asking yourself what lessons it holds for you. Practical steps: mindful breathing. Take a few deep breaths throughout the day to anchor yourself in the present moment. Focus on the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. Sensory awareness. Engage your senses fully in your daily activities. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures around you. Body scan meditation. Lie down and bring your awareness to different parts of your body, noticing any sensations without judgment. Single tasking. Focus on one task at a time rather than multitasking. This allows you to be fully present and engaged in what you're doing. Gratitude journal. Write down things you're grateful for each day. This helps you appreciate the present moment and focus on the positive aspects of your life. Principle 2. The boundless heart. Cultivating compassion for self and others. The spiritual journey is, at its core, a journey of the heart. It's about opening our hearts to the suffering of the world, not shrinking away in fear or indifference, but embracing it with compassion and understanding. Compassion, in the Buddhist context, is not merely pity or sympathy. It is a deep and abiding empathy, a recognition of the inherent interconnectedness of all beings. It is the understanding that your suffering is my suffering, and my joy is your joy. It springs forth from the realization that we are all walking the same path, facing similar challenges, and yearning for the same thing: happiness and liberation from suffering. The key element that is frequently ignored is cultivating compassion to ourselves. Before we can truly extend compassion to others, we must first learn to cultivate it within ourselves. This means acknowledging our own imperfections, forgiving our mistakes, and treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. We are often our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards and berating ourselves for falling short. Learning to love and accept ourselves, flaws and all, is the foundation for extending that same love and acceptance to others. Many have shared personal stories of people helping each other with kindness. Practical steps, self-compassion practices, mindful self-compassion. When experiencing difficult emotions, acknowledge them without judgment and offer yourself words of kindness and support. Self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and let go of self-blame. Remember that everyone makes mistakes, and they are opportunities for growth. Gratitude for self. Recognize and appreciate your strengths, qualities, and accomplishments. Celebrate your unique value and worth. Extending compassion to others. Loving kindness meditation. Practice sending loving kindness to yourself, loved ones, neutral people, difficult people, and all beings. Empathy development. Put yourself in others' shoes and try to understand their perspectives and experiences. Random acts of kindness. Perform small acts of kindness for others without expecting anything in return. Active listening. Listen attentively to others when they're speaking, without interrupting or judging. Principle 3. The dance of letting go, embracing simplicity in a complex world. In today's society, we're constantly bombarded with messages telling us that happiness lies in acquiring more, achieving more, being more. We're encouraged to accumulate possessions, chase promotions, and strive for an idealized image of perfection. But beneath this relentless pursuit of more lies a deep sense of unease, a nagging feeling that something is missing. The Buddha, in his infinite wisdom, saw through this illusion. He understood that true contentment lies not in having more, but in needing less. It's not about living in poverty or denying ourselves joy. It's about cultivating a sense of gratitude for what we already have and releasing our attachment to material possessions and external validation. Embracing simplicity is an active choice to declutter our lives, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. It's about shedding the unnecessary burdens we carry, the expectations we impose on ourselves, and the desires that fuel our discontent. But how do we begin to embrace simplicity when our lives are already so cluttered and complex? Start by decluttering your physical space. Donate or discard items you no longer need or use. Create a simple, organized environment that promotes peace and clarity. Next, declutter your mind. Limit your exposure to social media and other sources of information that contribute to stress and anxiety. Practice mindfulness and meditation to quiet the incessant chatter of your thoughts. Finally, declutter your schedule. Say no to commitments that don't align with your values or bring you joy. Prioritize activities that nourish your soul and help you connect with your authentic self. There's a well-known Zen story of a professor who visits a Zen master to inquire about Zen. The master pours the professor a cup of tea. He keeps pouring, even after the cup is full, until the tea overflows onto the table. The professor exclaims, "Stop! The cup is full." The master replies, "Exactly. Just like this cup, your mind is full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" Embracing simplicity requires us to empty our cup, to let go of our preconceived notions and open ourselves to new possibilities. It's about recognizing that true happiness is not found in the accumulation of things, but in the liberation from their grip. Practical steps. Decluttering. Regularly declutter your home, workspace, and digital life to create a sense of spaciousness and order. Mindful consumption. Be mindful of your consumption habits and avoid impulsive purchases. Ask yourself if you truly need something before buying it. Digital detox. Take breaks from technology and social media to reduce mental clutter and reconnect with yourself and your surroundings. Saying no. Learn to say no to commitments and obligations that drain your energy or don't align with your values. Appreciating the simple things. Take time to appreciate the simple pleasures in life, such as spending time in nature, enjoying a cup of tea, or connecting with loved ones. Principle 4. The art of non-attachment. Finding freedom from desire's grip. Desire is a fundamental aspect of human existence. It drives us to strive for better things, to create, to innovate, to experience the fullness of life. But when desire becomes attachment, when we cling to our wants and expectations with a desperate grip, it becomes a source of suffering. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of all suffering. This doesn't mean we should suppress our desires or become emotionless robots. It means learning to cultivate a healthy relationship with our desires, recognizing that they are impermanent and that clinging to them only leads to disappointment and pain. Non-attachment is not indifference. It is freedom. It's about enjoying the things of this world without being enslaved by them. It's about appreciating the beauty of a flower without being devastated when it withers. It's about loving deeply without fearing loss. How can we cultivate this art of non-attachment in our own lives? Start by observing your own desires. Notice what you crave, what you fear losing, what you believe you need to be happy. Then, ask yourself, are these desires truly essential for my well-being? Are they bringing me closer to or further away from inner peace? Practice letting go of your expectations. Accept that life is unpredictable and that things don't always go according to plan. Embrace the uncertainty and learn to find joy in the unexpected twists and turns of your journey. Remember, non-attachment is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about allowing yourself to feel them fully without clinging to them. It's about recognizing that your emotions are like clouds passing through the sky. They come and go, and they don't define who you are. A story is told of a monk who lived a Spartan life with just a wooden bowl. One day he dropped his bowl and it shattered. The monk simply smiled and said, "Well, that's that." He wasn't upset because he wasn't attached to the bowl. He accepted the impermanence of things. Cultivating non-attachment is a lifelong practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. It frees us from the tyranny of our desires, allowing us to live with greater peace, joy, and resilience. Practical steps. Mindful observation of desires. Pay attention to your desires and ask yourself if they are serving your well-being or causing you suffering. Letting go of expectations. Release your expectations and accept that life is unpredictable. Embrace the uncertainty and find joy in the unexpected. Non-attachment to outcomes. Focus on the process rather than the outcome. Enjoy the journey without being overly concerned about the destination. Practicing detachment. Practice letting go of things you value, such as possessions, relationships, or achievements, to cultivate a sense of non-attachment. Acceptance of impermanence. Recognize that everything is impermanent and learn to accept the natural cycle of change and transformation. Principle 5. The alchemy of gratitude, transforming lack into abundance. In a world that often focuses on what we lack, on what we don't have, on what we believe we need to be happy, gratitude is a radical act. It is a conscious choice to shift our attention from deficiency to abundance, from scarcity to overflowing blessings. Gratitude is more than just saying, "Thank you." It is a deep and heartfelt appreciation for the good things in our lives, both big and small. It is a recognition that even in the midst of challenges and difficulties, there is always something to be grateful for. The Buddha understood the transformative power of gratitude. He taught that cultivating gratitude is essential for cultivating happiness. When we focus on what we have, we feel more content, more joyful, and more resilient. But how do we cultivate gratitude when we're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or disappointed? Start by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be anything from a warm cup of coffee to a loving relationship to a beautiful sunset. Practice mindful appreciation. Take time to savor the good things in your life, paying attention to the details and allowing yourself to fully experience the joy they bring. Express your gratitude to others. Tell the people you appreciate how much they mean to you. A simple thank you can go a long way. Remember, gratitude is not about denying the challenges in your life. It's about acknowledging them while also recognizing the blessings that are present. It's about finding the silver lining in every cloud. There's an old story of a man who lost his shoes. He was very upset until he saw a man with no feet. He then realized how much he had to be grateful for. Gratitude is a powerful alchemy that transforms lack into abundance. It shifts our perspective from what we don't have to what we do have, allowing us to experience the richness and beauty of life with greater joy and appreciation. Practical steps. Gratitude journaling. Write down things you're grateful for each day to cultivate a sense of appreciation. Mindful appreciation. Savor the good things in your life by paying attention to the details and allowing yourself to fully experience the joy they bring. Expressing gratitude. Tell others how much you appreciate them and express your gratitude for their presence in your life. Gratitude meditations. Practice meditations focused on gratitude to cultivate a deeper sense of appreciation and contentment. Shifting your focus. When facing challenges, shift your focus from what you lack to what you have and find something to be grateful for in every situation. Principle 6. The stillness within, mastering meditation for inner peace. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with stimuli. Our minds are racing, our bodies are tense, and our spirits are weary. It's no wonder that so many of us feel stressed, anxious, and disconnected from ourselves. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace. It allows us to quiet the noise of our minds, to relax our bodies, and to connect with our inner selves. It's a practice that has been used for centuries to promote well-being, reduce stress, and enhance spiritual growth. Meditation is not about emptying your mind. It's about learning to observe your thoughts without judgment. It's about creating space between you and your thoughts, so you can see them for what they are, simply thoughts, not facts. There are many different types of meditation, but the most common is mindfulness meditation. In this practice, you focus your attention on your breath, your body, or your senses. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to your chosen object of focus. You don't need to sit in lotus position for hours to meditate. Start with just 5 minutes each day. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As you breathe, notice the rise and fall of your chest, the cool air entering your nostrils, the warm air exiting. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back to your breath. Be patient with yourself. Meditation is a practice, not a performance. There will be days when your mind is calm and focused, and there will be days when it's a swirling vortex of thoughts. Just keep practicing, and you will gradually develop greater inner peace. There's a Zen saying, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes every day, unless you're too busy. Then you should sit for an hour. The more chaotic life is, the more important meditation becomes. Meditation is a path to stillness. The peace it promotes transcends daily activity and remains as a guiding light for your heart. Practical steps. Find a quiet space. Create a dedicated space for meditation where you can relax and focus without distractions. Start small. Begin with short meditation sessions of just a few minutes and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Focus on your breath. Use your breath as an anchor to ground yourself in the present moment and quiet your mind. Practice regularly. Make meditation a daily habit to experience its long-term benefits for inner peace and well-being. Be patient with yourself. Don't get discouraged if your mind wanders during meditation. Gently redirect your attention back to your breath or chosen object of focus. Principle 7. The Golden Mean. Navigating life with balance and moderation. Life is a dance of opposites. There is light and darkness, joy and sorrow, activity and rest. To live a truly fulfilling life, we must learn to navigate these opposites with balance and moderation. The Buddha taught the middle way, a path that avoids the extremes of both indulgence and austerity. It's a path that seeks to find the golden mean, the sweet spot between two extremes. Living in the middle is avoiding excesses, overindulgence, and not restricting yourself from every joyful activity. The middle way is not about being lukewarm or complacent. It's about cultivating a sense of inner harmony, a sense of alignment with the natural rhythms of life. It's about finding a balance between work and play, between action and stillness, between giving and receiving. How do we cultivate this balance and moderation in our own lives? Start by observing your own habits and tendencies. Are you prone to overwork? Do you tend to indulge in unhealthy habits? Are you overly critical of yourself or others? Once you've identified your imbalances, start making small changes. If you're a workaholic, take time each day to relax and recharge. If you tend to overeat, practice mindful eating. If you're overly critical, cultivate self-compassion. Remember, balance is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about striving to live in harmony with yourself and with the world around you. A tightrope walker does not constantly look to one side or the other, but remains focused on the center point to maintain balance. So too must we find our center point in life. Living a life of balance and moderation requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to let go of our comfort zones. But the rewards are immeasurable. It leads to greater inner peace, greater resilience, and a deeper sense of connection to the world around us. Practical steps. Self-assessment. Reflect on your habits and tendencies to identify areas where you may be out of balance. Small changes. Make small, gradual changes to your lifestyle to move towards greater balance and moderation. Mindful consumption. Practice mindful consumption by being aware of your needs and avoiding overindulgence. Time management. Prioritize your time to balance work, rest, relationships, and personal interests. Self-care. Incorporate self-care practices into your daily routine to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. And so, dear friends, our journey through these 7 profound Buddhist principles comes to a close. We've explored the power of presence, the boundless nature of compassion, the freedom of simplicity, the art of non-attachment, the alchemy of gratitude, the stillness of meditation, and the wisdom of the middle way. Remember, these principles are not just abstract concepts. They are practical tools that you can use to transform your life, moment by moment. They are stepping stones on the path to lasting happiness, inner peace, and true liberation. The most important lesson is that transformation begins with a single step. Choose one of these principles to focus on this week, and observe how it shifts your perspective and brings more peace and joy into your life. Each breath you take, each act of kindness you offer, each moment of presence you cultivate, it all adds up. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. I hope this video has inspired you to live a more mindful, compassionate, and joyful life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a little dose of inner peace today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future explorations of Buddhist wisdom and mindful living. Also, please let me know in the comments what resonated most with you, or if you have any suggestions for future videos. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me create content that truly serves your spiritual journey. Until our paths cross again, may you be filled with peace, may you be filled with love, and may you be free from suffering. Namaste.